Admiral's Log. In the annals of naval history, there are moments that defy anticipation, casting a shadow across even the most grandiose visions of triumph. 1945 has unveiled such a moment, a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of conflict and the sacrifices it demands. The USS Titan, a formidable testament to our engineering prowess and ambition, has met a fate that now echoes the expanse of the ocean. During her maiden voyage, she crossed paths with a formidable adversary, the French super battleship, a vessel of unparalleled power and ferocity. In the crucible of battle, the Titan was outmatched, and now she rests beneath the waves. The somber weight of this loss bears down upon us all. The Titan-class battleships, symbols of our naval supremacy, were meant to usher in a new era. Yet, in this moment of reflection, I'm reminded of the unforgiving nature of the sea and the harsh realities of war. As we gather the pieces of this unfortunate encounter, the path ahead becomes obscured by uncertainty. Our commitment to progress and resilience remains steadfast, and the memories of the Titan shall guide our future endeavors. But for now, as we plan our next moves, a shroud of reflection and solemnity envelops us, serving as a poignant reminder of the cost of conflict and the sacrifices that we bear. Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome to episode 22. Now, the French are finally in alignment with our interests. Peace has been signed. The real question is, what am I going to be able to get from them? And I get a 1.2 billion budget. That's from dealing a massive amount of victory points against the French. And now I can take, some territory off of them. Of course, not their primary territories, if you will. But I think I have, I have annoyed the French enough to really make them reconsider going on the offensive again. What I want to get out of this deal is Corsica, for the simple reason that I don't have a base in the Mediterranean yet, and this is going to help. Beyond that, I can spend some money on some of their smaller colonies. I will propose it, and I have gained all of that, as well as a bit of pocket change. Who doesn't like 240 million? Germany offers an alliance, but needs considerable financial aid. Right, so... Considerable financial aid, sir, is not half my naval budget. It's not 2.5 billion. That means you don't have a navy. You would like to have a navy. You're not getting my money. We're also getting a couple of confrontations here with some transports. These are still remnants of the Spanish War. Well, some of them. Because we're also getting another heavy cruiser fight. But this time around, the Riker, the last surviving Titan-class battleship, is escorted by a lot of the others. I need to rename the Odyssey, by the way. These ships from the Spanish do carry a bunch of torpedo launchers, so that needs to be kept in mind. Beyond that, I think we'll be able to handle them. Alright, so here's the lineup. 4 battleships, 3 battlecruisers, 2 heavies, 2 lights, and 1 DD against 10 heavies. We're gonna play this one very nicely, distantly, making sure that we use all the range advantages that my ships have. Especially considering that the guns of the Spanish really aren't that sizable. It's the torpedoes that I'm worried about. Their torpedoes are not likely to be able to reach 43 kilometers unless they've made some enormous breakthroughs in that department. Now, the one ship that was opening fire is, of course, the Riker, the last surviving Titan-class battleship with its 20.9-inch guns. These things have the reach, 70-kilometer range. These things have the reach. As good as the 16s are, they got half the reach, not even half the reach, actually, of the 20.9s. And again, these are 4.1 inches bigger, right? That's, what, the size of both your hands combined? If you turn them into fists, something like that? Oh wait, why are the Pennsylvania, Connecticut Constellation damaged? That's a little weird. It is nice, by the way, seeing the, let's say, fairly modern Pennsylvania next to the old North Carolina. The North Carolina being a battleship, Pennsylvania, being a battle cruiser, displacing almost twice her weight. Gun size is very much in favor of the Pennsylvania. Maneuvering is something that neither ships appear to be very good at. Anyway, avoid collisions. Avoid collisions off. There we go. Alright, Challenger. When are we going to see your muzzle flashes? I don't think the Riker's really going to hit much at this range. Considering the range is like, what, 40 clicks or so at this point? HE should actually do the trick, even against a cruiser. I fire capped ballistic 2 shells, so the chance of me ricocheting off of one of their ships is enormous. We have everybody lit up, we have everybody spotted, so I don't need the destroyer for that. Voyager... Oh, hold on, why are you not part of the battleship div? Here we go. It's a 15-inch hit from the battlecruiser, right through the main deck. Look at that hole that they left. And now there's another one on their stern. This thing should be flooding so quickly, if only that texture were accurate. The rest of the fleet seems to be taking cover behind this guy. Or rather, this one just happens to be the closest to my formation, so this is what we're opening up on. Boom! That was another 15-inch hit, right through a secondary gun? Really? The overpen was only 17 damage. The aft pen belt, 3k. Yeah. Much to their credit, despite being all the way out here on the southern eastern end of Africa, these ships are fueled. They appear to be undamaged. I'm not exactly sure why they're all the way out here. Maybe... Hold on, aren't the Spanish at war with the British? The Brits control Gibraltar, so does that mean that the Spanish cannot send their... They cannot send their Pacific fleet to the Mediterranean without having to go all the way around Africa? I mean, it's possible. It would just be very unfortunate for their navy. I mean, mine is even farther away from home, but... What the fuck are you guys doing? What is this... Gentlemen, line abreast. Everybody, focus your guns forward. And try to stick to something that resembles a formation, yes? In the meanwhile, Voyager and West Virginia, both of the Voyager class. Normally I'd send these in, but I'm really not inclined to do that. Considering that the enemy has torpedoes, and I don't want to get hit. As you guys have been commenting, I tend to get hit a lot. Needlessly so. The problem that I kind of face is that I think battles such as these potentially get boring when it's just long-range slugging a ship like this. Because there's not a whole lot of action going on. Then again, I guess that this is what long-range fights were like. Throw enough shit at the enemy and hope that something connects, blowing a couple of big holes in the ship and rendering it either ineffective or completely destroyed. What's the range that we're facing? 33. 31. We're broadside, yes? Yeah. What's this? 21 kilometer range. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. What's your torpedo range? 15. Got the BCs here. You guys, engage this. And slow to half speed. This is unacceptable. This is dangerous. I don't want to see these things anymore. If you know what I mean. Wish these were gone. Maybe the gunnery officer can make something happen. Holy, what the...
I wouldn't be surprised if history remembers this as the Riker maneuver.
If it works.
I think that was a one-shot. I think it's also potentially the highest number of damage I have ever seen in this game. Now keep in mind, I am playing this with the gun resizer mod, so stats are going to be different, but just... 20-inch gun, 92,000 damage, and the 16s are barely doing anything. The 15s are doing 11,000 damage. And then it's all downhill from there. But what the hell, dude? That was the Riker. I won't call this the Riker maneuver, for those of you in the know, but... maybe I should name the episode as such. Oh, that was a good hit. That was a 15. And the Pennsylvania slamming right through that cruiser. Now 13 kilometers out. Yeah, I'm gonna get a complete kill on these ships before I switch to the other one. That ought to help, though. Heavy flooding. And there goes another one. Let me get the Catalunya. Oh. Catalunya launched against Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania turn. Emperador Carlos down. Yeah, this is definitely not the only set they have. The other set's on the other side, but they also got the side mounts, so that's just, what, 2 tubes? Yeah, 2 tubes. It's not too bad. Oh! The Pennsylvania decides to pitch in with her own torpedo tubes. Is Connecticut gonna be in trouble here? Maybe. Wait and find out. Now, before I forget to mention it, and in case you missed it, I'm going to be running a tournament. A tournament of 5 nations. This is Spain, France, UK, Germany, of course Germany, and Italy. You can send in your ship through the link that is down in the description. There are a couple of restrictions. You can only get 200 million spent on said battleship, and it is a battleship from 1920. So you are limited in that regard. And the 1920 200 million restriction is including crew. So please keep that in mind. I'm going to be picking one of the ships at random from each, let's say, pool of nations, because I cannot have more than one design of a class in a battle. In a campaign, absolutely. In a custom battle, unfortunately not. So I'm going to be picking one of the designs for each nation, and they're going to be fighting it out in a very interesting tourney format, or at least I think it's going to be very good. We're going to have favorites, we're going to have, oh my god, I'm going to be facing that ship next. It's going to be very, very good. And it's going to be coming sometime, probably next week. I expect to have the first episode up next week. 1.6 has apparently got completely destroyed. I have taken some damage from the 6-inchers, but no torpedoes. By the looks of it, none of these were able to get their deadly torpedo payload off. No. Well, I mean, these guys got their torpedoes knocked off, but that's not exactly what I meant. Has the Riker done anything else? No. Just that. Okay. Now, this is a very, very clean fight in this way. I've taken almost no damage and knocked out a substantial portion of the Japanese. I haven't even fought the Japanese once. Of the Spanish fleet. The Japanese did contact me asking if they could possibly have a peace treaty. Sorry, not a peace treaty, an alliance. And I said no. No, I am not interested in an alliance, especially because all these nations that want an alliance come begging for money. It's that they go, hey, would you like to form an alliance and give us $2 billion? And I tend to go, no, that's not how this works. Either you're an ally and you're useful, or you just start building your own navy first with your own money, and then we'll talk. I don't do the whole sponsor deal for navies. If they want their own navy, they're gonna have to build it and especially fund it themselves. NATO has not yet been formed, so not everybody has to fall under the giant umbrella of the United States Navy. Wow, it's almost like some shells went in the Blas de Lezo and then through that ship and into the San Pedro. Yeah, we're definitely snowballing. More ships focusing fire on fewer ships. Good lord. We get another hit on the Riker? Or rather from the Riker? Afraid not. Got 92,000 damage hit though. It's firing HE as requested against cruisers that have, well, seriously insufficient amount of armor in order to take this thing. You just cannot tank a 20.9 inch shell. Whoa. That was not a 19, sorry, not a 20 incher. The 15 inchers have overtaken the 20. Boom, another 12k. They have done a little bit more damage again with the 6s. So threat is rather limited. The San Pedro, just about to flood. We're now 20 kilometers away. And that's with the battleships. The battle cruisers are 11 clicks out. We do have a lock from the San Tomas de Aquino on one of my battle cruisers, the Constellation. We better end this fight quickly. And since this is the last Spanish battleship, warship, heavy cruiser. Shit, they got their torps off. Okay, end the battle. There we go. Job done. 16,000 victory points for that display. And the battleship Riker did 94,000 points of damage. Pretty much with one hit. So if it works really, really well. If it faces another battleship solo, yeah, it's gonna have some issues. It's going to have a few challenges in the form that it goes, I can't take that. As we have seen with the Titan. Well, well, well. War erupted between the US and Germany. I'm not sure what I did to provoke this. I saw no pop-ups, no nothing. You can just see the result here. Spanish state clashes with the US. That's the battle I just did. And then boom, war started. I don't know why. I don't know what I did to deserve this. What does the German Navy have? 8 battleships, 1 battlecruiser, 16 cruisers, 23 lights, and 17 DDs. They are annoyed with myself, with the Brits, with the French, with the Soviets. They have an ally, though, Estonia. Okay. How are we going to fight this fight? Yeah, I think they got a bit too much parked in Helgoland, but then again, I myself have been have been doing something pretty similar in previous campaigns. Their fleet appears to be majorly parked here. Like, they're not doing ops, they're not actually expeditioning. Their whole fleet's bottled up at or near Germany. My fleet is still trying to make it all the way over to the Western Mediterranean, because I still want to get that naval landing off against Spain. Now that the Riker has joined this fleet, I can send them on their way. So off to the Western Med you go. Oh, now you can pass? What? Why? I'm not in alliance with the British. But apparently they like me just enough for me to allow, or for them to allow me transit, I guess? That's weird. Wow. Western Spain has an army force of 150k. Over here they got 1.2 million. Probably has to do with the fact that they're getting invaded from the French. Interesting. It's the Enterprise. What are we going to do with you? Were you here in an attempt to invade Morocco or something? Sure. Let's relocate the Enterprise there. I do have 5 battlecruisers and a couple of other battlecruisers in the BB there. That's the Long Beach, the Boston, the Colorado, and the Waldron. Isn't Sovereign back here getting fixed up? No, it's Galaxy. They still need repairs. Yeah, okay, fine. This port is empty. The port here is empty. Where is Sovereign at? I haven't seen Sovereign in a while. Sovereign needs to be accounted for because it's, you know, the flagship. She's currently in the Western Mediterranean in Algiers. Oh, right. I took terrain from the French there. Sorry, I have so much terrain now that it's hard to keep track of everything. Yeah, there she is. Sovereign, with a bit of damage. Right. Now, I was repairing some ships, and I was trying to free up capacity to build those new super battleships. I now have a bit more capacity, so I can continue production on the new class of heavy cruiser, which I did suspend. So I suspect I can, what, resume 2 of them? Yeah, that'll be fine. The other 2 of the same class coming out pretty soon. Where are they? I got a few too many ships potentially. Repairing, at sea, repairing, building. Here. The Ambassador and the Albany, 3 months out. I can still set a port for that. I'm gonna park them if I can. Good lord. Look at this list. Can I park them like in Corsica? Because I did take that port from the French. And it would save me a lot of travel time. These are all my... Yeah, here. You and you. When you're ready, go to Bonifacio. And you can join the fleet from there. There we go. So we're going to have to... Oh, the Frederick as well. It's going to take them slightly longer, but it'll be fine. Okay, so the French have been knocked down a peg. Are they still at war with anybody? Yes, they're still fighting the British, they're still fighting the Germans, the Spanish, and the Chinese? Right, with 14 ships. Good luck with that, France. I don't see that happening very quickly. The Spanish still have 16 more ships and 1 destroyer. Austria-Hungary has 46. China has 6. How? I don't understand this. China has a very sizable budget. They're greater. They got more money than I do. Their GDP is higher, but they're not building ships. They're not building, they're just repairing 6 more. They're not even refitting. They got a total displacement. That's a total displacement of 53,000 tons. One of my destroyers, sorry, one of my battle cruisers displaces more than their entire fleet. Cool. So I don't have to worry about those. Then we got the Soviet Union with a few ships. Germany with 65. This is going to be the new big contender on the block. The Brits with 38. Well, if you're at war with everybody, then yeah, you're going to be losing a lot of ships. They got an active fleet of 38, but they got a repairing fleet of 54. So they can definitely bring more ships to bear, if only they wouldn't keep damaging them. And then I have 14 ships which are getting repaired. I'm building another 14, and I have 69 active ships. Okay. So, let's see what comes up next. So, you guys remember that one destroyer that the Spanish have? Well, I found it. It's escorting a group of transport ships. And the Enterprise is going in. This is more a fun battle rather than anything serious. The heavy cruiser fight was a bunch more serious. This is going to be a drive-by, which, you know... Oh my god, I'm even... Oh god. I'm 11 clicks out. So the 7s are instantly in range. The 3s are going to be joining in soon. Don't torp anything yet. Where's your DD at? Here. Okay, so you got a nice ABC, and they can all fire at the same time. 5.5-inch guns. I'm seeing a torpedo launcher triplet. It's a gunboat. It's a gunboat with torpedoes as an afterthought. Everything fire HE. Off you go and have fun. Slow down. Ah, this is going to be bloody murder. I don't know how the Enterprise managed to get this close, but I welcome it. Just, yeah. 5,400. Coward. Where are you going? This destroyer is going... Yeah, nope, I'm not going to win that. Goodbye. Focus fire on the DD. All the guns. I have no patience for cowards. I don't have patience for torpedoes either. Hold on. That's a lot of torpedoes. That's not the TD, is it? Nope. You sneaky bastard. The French are arming their merchantmen pretty heavily too. What you got? 2 1.7s and 1 3.1. Sorry, and 2 3.1s. And torpedo launchers. Wait, 3 torpedo tubes even. Whoa. Okay. So, at this rate, the greatest risk to the Enterprise is not the DD. It's the transports. The DD isn't running because it's scared. The DD is going... Yeah, now you guys got this, right? It's just one battleship. There's like 8 of you. So start torping. And they are. And pretty aggressively so, I might add. Look at this 2-incher going off. Pew, pew, pew. Anyway, I suppose 2 can play at the torpedo game. You guys want to play? Let's play. Torpedoes away. Surrendered. Fine. Time to turn again. I'm keeping a very close eye on any potential warning, because getting a battleship torpedoed by a fucking transport would be an absolute disgrace. Losing a very serious battleship to the French is bad enough. Getting one of the... Well, actually getting the former flagship torpedoed by a transport would be a new low. I am not doing that. Jeez, even the transports are extremely good at dodging torpedoes. Probably because they're all trying to run away, but still. 2 transports have surrendered. 54. The 3 transports have surrendered. I'm surprised I can get these guys to surrender. Normally there isn't enough left of a transport. There's nothing to surrender. Don't do that. Surrendered. Are we gonna take most of the convoy alive or something? 27% crew loss. No, you're going down. You don't have the health. Oh, that was a shot across the bow. Cease your activity or else. Look at these guys. 19-inch torpedoes. Lots of them as well. That's outbound torps. That's inbound torps. Full ahead. $7K damage. Now, some of these transport had already surrendered, so if I accidentally hit them with a torpedo, I guess that's going to count as a war crime, right? I don't exactly know how that works. This is why I want acceleration on my ships. So I can quickly either reposition or make my way over to a better spot to engage with secondaries. And especially when dodging torpedoes, it's going to come in very, very handy. Are we going to be able to catch this guy, though? I got 34 knots. It's probably going to be faster than that. I kind of doubt I can... Ooh, catch it. I think an AP shell is going to cut right through the ship. If I can hit it at all. 19.5. It's not running away. Like it's not increasing the... Oh shit, distance. It's not part of the plan, dude. Full ahead flank. Toss everything we don't need. Let's go, Enterprise. I don't know about you guys, but sights like these never get old. And yes, arguably they should have had triple barrel guns, but I thought I'd give myself, you know, a little constriction. Something that makes the game a little harder in this campaign. Now, if you could just rematerialize, then that would be lovely. We have it fully ID'd. It's doing 32 knots. Wow, wow, wow. I can catch that. More quickly. I am gaining on it. What's your armor like? 1-inch main belt. 120% quality? Holy shit, dude. Yeah, that ought to shut him up. 29,000 damage and you're still here? That's impressive, actually. Missed. Slow down. 25 knots. Missed. 25.5. They're pumping their base back empty and they're speeding up. You better catch this. Oh, be like that. Be like that. The Enterprise is coming at you at 9 knots faster than you are. So this is only going to end one way. 21 knots. Oh, there goes their buoyancy again. Ooh. Yeah, there you go. That ought to do it. So that, at least by the previous count, is the last destroyer of the Spanish eliminated. I didn't actually sink 10 ships though. A couple of them surrendered, but the game still considers that sunk. Whereas, in fact, I guess I should now be the proud owner of a couple of slightly used, mildly damaged Spanish transports. But oh well, I'll take it. Now, you guys remember the Chinese? We're at war with the Chinese. They have a fleet of 6 ships. I found them. All of them. We got 4 destroyers of the Morris class. That's the oldest ship class I have, I think. Still in service. These are Zhaoyang light cruisers with 18 5.4s. So as much as I would love to take these things on, I think it's not a good idea to do so. So I'm going to have to try and get some additional ships into this area in order to bolster the defense of the DDs. Because it's just not going to be very easy to do. Excuse me, what? Germany initiates a major offensive from Province Prussia against the US in Lithuania. Ivory Coast. I don't have time for your petty actions. What is happening here? Yeah, no, that's not good. That is distinctly not good. 156,000 men defending against 700,000. Sorry, 710,000. That's yeah, problematic. Right. We shall see how this ends. Or how it continues in the next episode. Thank you for joining this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon for the next one.